Hi, welcome back to the Rewind Report, episode lucky
Lucky
number
13.
13. Today we're going to get into a discussion about correction versus prevention. So if you're in your 30s like me, we're going to go into the worst mistake you can possibly make in your 30s is not doing the thing.
And if you're in your 50s and over and you think it might be too late, it's not.
Okay, so things that I think are important to do in your 30s, things that I've done and that I think are good, let's say, return on investment for what you're paying, what you're going to get out of it. A big thing that I think is important is collagen banking, because as we age, we start to lose the amount of collagen producing cells in our body beginning in like your mid 20s. So I
Yeah.
think it's important to do treatments that are bioregenerative in our 30s because we might as well,
You'll be
stock.
happy that you did when you're 50.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you might as
because,
well stock up on the collagen while you have it.
yes, because when you get into your later 40s and 50s, you lose a lot of the volume in your mid face. Your face kind of starts to, I don't want to say drop, but a little bit because the fat pads in your cheeks are no longer there. Like if you look at a little baby and you look at how fluffy their cheeks are, it makes their skin very tight. They have wonderful jawlines.
Yeah, so you start as you lose collagen, clearly you lose the
Lip.
elasticity in your skin, so your skin gets more lax. On top of that, structurally, you start to lose fat pads, like she said. So we lose structure underneath. So bioregenerative treatments that I really like and that I've done on myself in my 30s are things like microneedling. Being consistent with microneedling is really important to help just boost collagen. And again, I'm going to say it so many times, but collagen banking. Starting a biostimulator, I think, is really impactful and a good ROI treatment, meaning you do it now and you reap the benefit, like she said,
Your return on investment. That's what ROI
later
means.
in your 40s and 50s.
Yes.
I think doing chemical peels just to reset the skin, because in your 30s, you do start to see some pigment come through, especially from not wearing sunscreen when you're a teenager and in your 20s and not,
And you wear baby oil and lay out in the sun.
all the things. You
Yeah.
just don't think about it when you're young. It's almost
Yeah.
like you can't
Invincible.
imagine that it's going to happen to you, but
It
nobody's
does.
invincible of aging. So
No.
30s, things that you start to notice, fine lines from dynamic movement. So baby Botox is really good. You don't have to dose your whole face with a ton of units. I know that's said out there a lot on Instagram, but I truly believe you can use a conservative amount of units and prioritize areas on the face that tend to get the dynamic lines sooner than others.
How old were you when you got your first one? Your first Botox appointment?
Probably my mid 20s.
Who
Yeah.
did it? Darcy?
You.
Oh, I did it?
I think so. You were Dr. Sykes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like right when I was training and learning and coming into the field.
Yeah.
I had it done. I only did like my 11s and my forehead, but that tends to be the area where you do get the dynamic line transitions into what we call a static line. So, dynamic meaning it's only there when we scrunch or we move, and now all of a sudden it's there at rest. It's just there
No matter what.
no matter what.
Yeah.
So, things like baby Botox and microneedling help a lot with that. And then I'd probably throw in like a laser a year,
Yeah.
some sort of resurfacing, some sort of collagen stimulating laser like Moxie I did last year, stacked with BBL, which I loved.
Yeah.
So big thing, just to recap on what I said, is being corrective. Or sorry, not being corrective, being preventative so that you don't have to be super corrective later on.
Yeah, think of it as a savings account. That's how I think of it. I had nothing in my savings account until later. I mean, I started doing this probably 35, but now I do Sculptra because everything we do seems to point towards one goal, which is collagen. Like she said, collagen banking. And now people that start later in life, because my generation, we didn't respect the skin like we do now. It wasn't talked about. We didn't care that much about SPF. We didn't want our shoulders burned or our chest burned, but we didn't talk about the face that much. Now I feel like we're very self-aware of, do I have my sunblock on? Almost every client before they leave, they ask for a touch-up of sunblock, or do we have some that they can use? Even while driving, you don't realize the sun exposure that you get through your window. So for me and most of my clients, we do Sculptra because that will cause collagen to rebuild right in the areas that you're especially missing volume, or you do get bone degeneration as we age. So you lose the upper part of your jawbone, which is the maxilla, that your mid-face fat pad is attached to. That kind of weakens or shrinks a little bit. So it gives the effect, the visual effect of you have no more volume, or you have volume loss in the middle of your face. People on GLP-1s, they lose fat. They lose a lot of fat. That can take an effect the same way in the mid-face area. So if you don't want to get filler, filler can look very pretty in the mid-face area. It mimics the fat pad. So you can get Sculptra, which is very easy to place, and we go into the areas that would otherwise be nice and firm and young looking again. We can place Sculptra there. We can place it along your jawline. I like to personally get Dysport's my favorite, but any neurotoxin or neuromodulator we can get along the jawline, because that will put a very large depressor muscle to sleep, as I like to say. And then your cheek muscles actually take over, and they can create the appearance of a tighter jawline. When your cheeks pull up and your muscle that is the biggest, it's like a tug of war in your face, the biggest depressor is asleep, you have the appearance of a fuller mid-face, you have a fuller tear trough, you look well rested. So things like Sculptra, things like filler, I mean, lip filler can also make you look a little bit refreshed. Megan has that too. I have that
If
too.
you're in your 30s, get the damn lips.
Get the
That
damn
one you don't have
lips.
to wait for. It's gonna make you happy.
Yeah. Juicy lips look very fresh, I feel
Yeah, it
like.
makes you look hydrated, rested, and it just adds a little zhuzh to the
A little zhuzh.
central face. So I think what you're touching on is that you, when later in life, when you're in your 50s, things that we're now not maybe preventing, but we're actually correcting is a lot more structural support.
Yeah.
So you do, as you lose bone, as some of your fat pads shrink, there are some fat pads that actually get bigger, like your nasolabial fold fat pad that creates the lovely gel. That
It's anything you don't want to get bigger gets bigger.
Yeah, so it's about just balancing out structurally what we've lost so that things sit
Like they did when you were
when you
younger.
were in your 30s. Yeah. And with talks, it's not necessarily that you need to, have a crazy high number dose when you're in your 50s, but now you can be a lot more strategic of where you place the tox to,
Yeah.
like she was talking about, manipulate muscles so that you do get a lift. You can do
Yeah.
it in your 30s too, but it's just not necessary.
Another thing I really like that we don't talk about much is, and it's very easy, is a peel, because peels really, like she had mentioned, for preventative, they're also corrective. So all those years that you were in the sun without sunblock, the peel can remove any hyperpigmentation. It kind of refreshes your skin. You have a little more glow. It's very easy. It's about 4 days of downtime where you're shedding the old and the new's coming. And it's actually a very good time right now because it's the spring. You're not going to the beach. You're not going to be laying out by the pool. Not yet. Maybe in California, but generally speaking, you're not. And then also we have Lumecca here, our intense pulse light therapy laser machine. And that can do 3 things for you. It can close your pores, and that creates a very glowy, like tight, firmer look. Looks like your skin gets a little bit tighter when your pores are closed, shrinks your pores. If you have issues with acne, it can act as an antibacterial because it's a light, very bright light that we place strategically on your skin. It can help with breakouts. And lastly, as everything we do, it helps build collagen because your brain thinks that you've been slightly injured and will send in the collagen army, and you will also get collagen. It's a very quick treatment, no downtime.
Very minimal downtime.
So Sculptra, I would say at least 3 throughout the year. The Dysport, which I love, it's just a neurotoxin similar to Botox. And then peels, maintenance, I like to call it, facials, the IPL.
Probably some radio frequency emission
Yeah.
devices like soft wave to help really get in there. And
Soft wave's very good, and that's only once a year.
Yeah.
Megan did my jawline. So soft
Yeah.
soft wave, and my eyelids. You did my under my brow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I also think something that you haven't mentioned yet, which I feel like a lot of people, not many people talk about it, or in the past, it's not something that is often talked about. It's becoming more part of the conversation now that we're 2026. But hormones, I think, is a big
right.
role in
Oh, that's
the
huge.
50-year-old population, just because either you're in perimenopause or you're in menopause.
It's horrible, and I know this. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think when hormones are out of whack and you're low on estrogen and progesterone and testosterone, all the things, you really do see it in your skin.
Yeah, you get very collagen depleted. I'm just gonna say it because it's fine. I am in a hormone replacement therapy treatment program. I sound like I'm in like I yeah, I am in HRT. I did notice in the beginning when I was starting my menopausal, not perimenopause, menopause, full blown, out of nowhere, very sudden seemingly, but I did notice my face looked very dull, and I felt like I was aging by the day. Every day I'd wake up and look in the mirror and think, here we go. I found a wonderful doctor out here in Marina Del Rey. I get the hormone bead, and it's changed my life because when you're depleted in estrogen, you're also depleted in collagen. So estrogen and collagen kind of go hand in hand. That's something also very important for your mood and your loved ones.
And your loved ones. Amen.
Yeah, and your loved ones, because I'd be not functioning.
I work with her every day.
Yeah, I'm happy.
With the bead.
I'm happy.
Yeah, with the bead. Walking advertisements. Get the bead, people.
Get the bead, please.
Also, when you're in menopause, other things are happening too. You don't feel like yourself. You're having hot flashes.
Yeah.
Retain a lot of water. You can't shake weight off. So even if you're doing all the right things and you're coming in and you're getting treatments or using skincare, it can kind of be hidden behind all the other symptoms that menopause brings on. So when you get your hormones balanced, everything else is able to come to stage and shine.
Yeah.
And I've seen that with a number of my clients. So I think that's an important
It is important
thing to think about with aesthetics. And now in aesthetics, like modern time, today's time, I do think we're coming into an era where wellness and aesthetics are
together.
Yeah, hand in hand.
Yeah.
When treating clients.
Because if you feel good, you look good. I think that's the best way to live. Yeah.
That's a good segue to say goodbye.
If
you look good, you probably feel good.
And if you feel good, you look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're in your 30s, be preventative. You will thank yourself when you're 50. Get the damn lips.
Yes. And put the collagen into your savings account, because when you get older, you'll be very grateful. And get on hormones.
Yeah. All right. That's a wrap. See you guys later.